Mixed method is a combination of qualitative and quantitative methods. This mixed method is a new method in the world of research. The emergence of this method is due to the dissatisfaction of researchers with the two previous methods, namely qualitative and quantitative methods. This method is very difficult. There are 4 procedures of this mixed method: timing, weighting or prioritization, mixing, and finally theorization. First, timing. When using mixed methods, must choose whether to use quantitative and qualitative methods simultaneously, or will use sequentially in order, starting with qualitative methods then continuing with quantitative methods, or vice versa. Second, the weight or priority of the weight between qualitative and quantitative methods, whether we will carry it out in a balanced 50-50 or heavy on one of the methods. Third, mixing. In this stage, we can combine the two methods or connect the analysis results of the two methods or insert the method in the other method. By converting qualitative themes into counts and comparing these counts with descriptive quantitative. So combining and then connecting the two data means that mixing qualitative and quantitative assessments is connected between data analysis from the first phase of research and data collection of the second phase of research. For example, in a research project, there are 2 phases of team research, starting with the quantitative phase and then ending with qualitative. The data analysis and results can be used to identify participants for qualitative data collection. So the first data analysis can be used to identify data collection in the second phase, then inserting or embedding data in any research is first the researcher collects data with only one form of data. Suppose we use quantitative data but have another form of data. Namely, we have a qualitative form of data supporting data. In this case, the researcher does not integrate and connect the data, but rather embeds that form of data or that form of secondary qualitative data in an even larger study, having a different form as the main data. Fourth, theorization. Theorization can suppress explicit and implicit. When in the world of research, our priority is explicit, can be described, can be written down, and can be stated, while the implicit is difficult to describe because there is no real form. Nature of mixed research. 1. Researchers, when wanting to record mixed methods, should include the reasons why they chose this research design. 2. Researchers must include both quantitative and qualitative data collection, so not just stating one data, but both are included in the research writing. The priority considerations must also be mentioned, whether prioritizing quantitative or qualitative or balanced priorities. 3. The order must be explained when taking together. Alto concordance means together when we take sequentially, then the order must be mentioned, qualitative first then quantitative. 4. Matching the data analysis with the design, so it must be matched with the research design. 5. Procedure diagram, so the mixed research procedure diagram must be drawn. Types of mixed methods. When we look at mixed methods or mixed approaches, we see that some are concurrent and some are continuous. A. Concomitant, that is, the qualitative and quantitative methods are carried out successively. There are 3, namely sequential exploratory, conventional exploratory, and transformation. 1. Sequential explanation. This method begins with quantitative methods followed by qualitative methods, then ends with interpretation. This means the methods are linked. 2. Sequential exploration. This method begins with qualitative methods followed by quantitative methods, then ends with interpretation. So this exploration is the opposite of sequential exploration. So it starts qualitative, then followed by quantitative, then the data is connected and ends with interpretation. 3. Transformative. This research method collects qualitative and quantitative analysis data separately, then transforms the data with other data. Furthermore, it ends with interpretation, so this is done separately, conducting its own research, its own qualitative, its own quantitative. So there is no connection between one research and another. But after completing the research, the data is transformed into one, then we interpret it. B. Mixed approach, where qualitative and quantitative methods are carried out together. There are 2, namely convergent and insertion. 1. Convergent method is a method by placing qualitative and quantitative approaches in activities that are carried out together, then analyzing the data compared, and then ending with an interpretation as in the diagram. So quantitative and qualitative are carried out together, analyzing the data compared. These are combined, and then the interpretation theory is drawn. 2. Insertion. In this method, the researcher only inserts a small part with one approach and another approach. Furthermore, it ends with interpretation. Suppose we take an example of using qualitative data or conducting research with qualitative data, and we have quantitative data as supporting data. Then we insert the data into our research. It can be at the beginning, it can be while conducting research, or it can be afterwards. Then after we carry out qualitative research and are supported by quantitative data, we then make an interpretation. See, continuous, i.e. multi-level assessment method. 1. Multi-level, these different methods are used for different levels or phases in one system. Suppose in study 1 we use a qualitative study. We finish doing a qualitative study, then this qualitative study becomes a data source for the quantitative study. Then when we have done the second study, then this second study becomes the information to do the third study with mixed method.